Hare So now we will sing Shri Ram Chandra Kripalu Bhajanu Dharana Bhai Bhai Bharu. This bhajan was written by Goswami Tulsidas, and he is explaining the beauty of Sri Ramachandra. His eyes, Lord's eyes, face, hands, and he's just trying to compare, and he's just trying to pray that this beautiful Lord would remove his Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya from his heart. And we all will also do the same. We also would pray the beautiful Lord Ramachandra would arrive in our hearts and would remove all the evil asuras of Kama, Krodha, Lobha and Mad, Matsarya from our hearts, as he just killed Ravana and different all Danavas. Shri Ram,
Shri Krishna Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshataya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So thank you everyone for your presence here, and especially Latamataji and family for giving us this wonderful opportunity, and especially in this month of Purushottam month. This is very special. And organizing program at home, doing kirtan, discussing about the message of the Lord, about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, that is very, very auspicious. So let's loudly chant everyone for Latamataji and family. 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. So we are discussing the most confidential knowledge, chapter 9, Bhagavad Gita. So this is most confidential knowledge because in this chapter, Krishna is speaking about the topmost process of getting the mercy of Krishna. What is that process? The topmost process, the most sublime process, easiest process to get mercy of Krishna is Bhakti Yoga. By devotion, we can attract the mercy of Krishna. There is no other way. Though different ways are there, but those different ways we have already seen so many constraints, so many difficulties, even especially in this age of Kali Yuga. Following those processes perfectly is very, very difficult. Even if we try our best, we can try our best to make all arrangements, but still imperfection will be there because this is the age of Kali Yuga. So that's why the most important, the most sublime process is Bhakti Yoga process, and that's why this chapter, Krishna, this knowledge we are receiving, that is most confidential knowledge. So, and also we could see that Krishna is all pervasive. He is a spreader. He is everywhere in the form of his energy. This is speaking about that he is everywhere, right? And different people worship Krishna in different ways. Ultimately, everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna is the source of all material and spiritual energy. And there is nothing which is beyond spiritual and material, right? Everything comes in these two categories, either spiritual or material. So everything that is manifestation of Krishna, expansion of Krishna. So directly or indirectly, everyone, somehow or other, they are worshipping Krishna. They are taking shelter of Krishna. But indirect process is we could see means that may not give that ultimate result, the ultimate purpose of life we are meant for. We may not get that result. We may get something else, but we may not get the ultimate perfection of life. So we are trying to understand the difference between what is when we do indirect service to Krishna or when we do direct service to Krishna. So we have already discussed so much about it that there are different kinds of worshippers. So first category is, if we do not recognize, worshipper means who are having some faith in supreme authority. Maybe they may not know about Krishna, but they believe that some supreme authority is there, some power is there. Nothing is happening by chance. There is a creator, there is a maintainer, there is a controller behind everything in this universe, whatever is happening. So with this understanding, they have some acceptance, and based on their desire, based on their previous past conditioning, they worship a particular person, a particular demigod. And we were discussing last time one misconception that people think that whatever you do, you will go to the same destination. So we have discussed Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying Gatir Bhakta Prabhu Sakshi. I mean, he is speaking about the destination. So we know that as from Bhagavad Gita that it's not true. Finally, we may reach to a particular destination, but the rule is whomsoever we are worshipping, as per Bhagavad Gita, we will go to their place or we will go to that particular destination. So the three kinds of worshippers, especially who comes in Jnani category, apart from demigod worship, there is one category which is come under Jnani category. Means they are all having knowledge about Supreme Personality, Supreme Authority. They may not be knowing about Krishna, but they know about it. So what are those three categories we discussed? One is Ekatvena, monist, who think that they do not see any difference between them and God. They think they worship themselves as God. So that is their monist. There is no difference between God and me. So they worship that. And second category, that was Prithakvena. Prithakvena means the demigod worshippers who see Krishna in different other forms. So they accept different other forms, means they consider them as God and worship. So that is called demigod worship. And the last one we were discussing, that is Vishwato Mukham. Vishwato Mukham means they see Krishna everywhere, in everything, right? So all these different details Krishna is speaking in these shlokas. They see Krishna in relation, they see Krishna in all different paraphernalia being used for yajna. So they see Krishna in everything. They consider that Krishna is like energy and Krishna has expanded himself. They do not know about Krishna, but they know that God who has expanded himself in everything. So that is their conception. And this universal form of Krishna, why? Because they cannot have a spiritual vision. They cannot see what is the spiritual. And that's why they try to relate Krishna with matter. So whatever different material objects, material elements are there, they see God in those material elements. That Krishna is like this, Krishna is God is river, God is plant, trees, mountain, like that, everything. So this is what at least they believe in, expansion. So these are the three categories we discuss about. And the point is, whatever we worship or whatever desire we have, we worship accordingly and we get the result accordingly. So further he's saying, O Arjuna, I give heat and I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immortality and I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. So this whatever we are discussing as of now is understanding of the person who accepts Krishna in his universal form, Vishwato Mukham. So their understanding is like this. The next is verse number 20 onwards we are going to continue. Traividyamam somapa putapapa yagya rishta swargatim prarthayante te punyamasadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divi deva bhogan. Those who study the Vedas and drink the soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planets of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. So now he is speaking about demigod worshippers. So demigod worshippers means one who study Vedas, and as per the instruction which is mentioned in Vedic scriptures, they worship different demigods, and that is very pious. So with the help of those pious activities, what is the result they get? They go to heavenly planets, like Indra planet. Indra is the head of all the demigods. So Swarga Loka, they go there and they just they enjoy the result of their pious activities in heavenly planets. Yes. So this is the result of worshipping demigods. And when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Then what happens? Once the pious activity or the result of pious activity is over, what happens then? they return back. They come back to this planet. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Right? So if somebody is just following Vedic rituals to get some heavenly planet, right? Rules and regulations they are following. So the end result of following these rules and regulations means, yes, we can get purified. We can, with the help of those activities, pious activities, we can go to heavenly planets. But finally, we are not going to be there permanently. Once the bank account is over, whatever we have done, the account is over, then we have to come back to this place, planet again. So the cycle of birth and death is still continued, right? It's not complete liberation. So that's why Krishna in verse number 23, he will, even previous chapters also will study that. He's saying, Alpamedhasa. So these people, the people who just working for some small temporary result, they are not intelligent people. Alpamedhasa. They are less intelligent people, doing so much hard work, so much austerity, but finally what they are getting, which is something temporary. But devotees, now 22 onwards is speaking about devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord. Now this is what here about the commitment of Krishna, what he is saying. Ananyashchintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityaviyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Very important shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Here now attentively. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So this is the promise Krishna is doing with all of us, with his devotees especially, right? So who is devotee? Who is always, Krishna said, who always worship me with exclusive devotion. This is called Ananya Bhakti. Only shelter, only object of worship is Krishna, no other person, no one else. So this is called Ananya Bhakti, fully dedicated to Krishna. Meditating on my transcendental platform. These are the activities of devotees. Devotees, like we have read earlier also, Sapatam Kirtayam Tomam, they are always engaged in chanting, reading, hearing, talking about Krishna, speaking about Krishna, following the instruction of Krishna. Whatever activities they are doing their job, their study, their business, they do the values, the principle they are getting from Krishna. Yes, from Bhagavad Gita. So these are the devotees. Their whole life and goal is following the instruction of Krishna. And those instructions which are meant to make our life perfect. Yes? So they are always absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna is saying that I carry what they lack. If you lack anything, Krishna says that I provide. Whatever you lacking, I provide. And whatever you have, I preserve, I protect. So one who is unable to live for a moment without Krishna consciousness cannot but think of Krishna 24 hours a day, being engaged in devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, rendering other services, cultivating friendship and surrendering fully to the Lord. Such activities are all auspicious and full of spiritual potencies, which make the devotee perfect in all in self-realization, so that his only desire is to achieve the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such devotee undoubtedly approaches the Lord without difficulty. This is called yoga. By the mercy of the Lord, such a devotee never comes back to this material condition of life again. So this is the result of when we take shelter of Krishna and when we take shelter of any other personality. Because we know that it means what we get from Krishna is a spiritual. And the spiritual means which is permanent, which is eternal. Anything material is temporary. Maybe duration may be long. We may live in heavenly planets for a long period, but ultimately one day we have to come back. Again we have to go through the same struggle. So, but one who is accepting Krishna or serving Krishna they are fully protected. Yes. This is called yoga. By the mercy of Lord, such a devotee never comes back to this material condition of life. Kshema refers to the merciful protection of the Lord. The Lord helps the devotees to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga, and when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable condition of life. So if somebody is sincerely dedicated to the service of Krishna, following the principles, then Krishna directly protects. Devotees, we were discussing, they are under the control of Devi Prakriti Mahashika. They are under the shelter of divine nature of the Lord, the divine energy of the Lord, Devi Prakriti. Krishna directly taking care of devotees. Yes, we see the example like Arjuna, he took shelter of Krishna. And we see in the battle of Mahabharata, every time he was protecting. Even to protect Arjuna, he was ready to break the rule. So many times happened, right? So one incident I remember when Jayadratha, Arjuna was trying to kill Jayadratha because Arjuna, he took a vow that today, means before sunset, I will kill Jayadratha, or if not, then I will commit suicide. I will just offer myself into the fire and commit suicide. So that is what, out of anger, he was very angry at that time, and then he took this after the killing of Abhimanyu. Arjuna was very angry and he took this vow. And the Kaurava, they tried their best. That day, their only business was to protect Jayadratha anyhow. So the whole army was engaged in protecting Jayadratha. Because they know that if somehow they could protect Jayadratha, then today evening Arjuna is going to die. And if Arjuna is not there, then the whole Pandava's army will become very weak and very easily they can defeat. And they tried their best. And what was the condition? Do you remember? What was the condition? So it was before sunset. Before sunset, he had promised that before sunset I will kill him, otherwise I will commit suicide. And we know the story how the Kauravas very expertly, with full power, with full army, they protected Jayadratha. And just when somehow Krishna, he tried and took the chariot just in front of the army, means they are very close to, but immediately there was sunset. And all the Kauravas party, they started laughing, celebrating, because now for them the victory was done, because now Arjuna, he was just supposed to commit suicide, so they were so happy, and even Arjuna surrendered. Arjuna he could see that now it's over, everything is, now he cannot do anything. But Krishna immediately asked Arjuna, just take your bow and arrow and just cut his head. But Arjuna is saying, but how can I do this? No, as per rule, now the sunset is there, I cannot do that. But Krishna said, no, just follow me. Whatever I am saying, just do it. And he took his bow and arrow, and all other people, they were shocked. How can Arjuna, how he can do like this? He is such an exalted warrior, he follows principles, and how he can do like this? But he just followed the instruction of Krishna. And immediately, and whatever instruction he gave, because Jayadratha, he was having some boon. His father has given some benediction that anybody who is killing you or cutting your head, if the head is touching the ground, the person who is killing you or cutting your head, his head will just burst into millions of pieces. That was his benediction his father has given. So Krishna asked him, cut his head in such a way so that it should not fall down on the ground. And where it should fall down? Into the lap of his father only. His father was there in meditation somewhere else. So he was supposed to cut his head in such a way so that that head will go there in the lap of his father, and means it should not fall down on the ground. These are all inconceivable stories, pastimes, right? So Arjuna, he did the same. Uh, and all the Kauravas army party, they were very much shocked how he is doing like this. This is cheating, like that, because sunset was there and he did this. But when they were criticizing like this, then immediately, because it was Krishna's plan. For the time being, he instructed his Sudarshan Chakra and who covered the sun, and immediately after that, just a moment, then the sun again appeared and things were done. What we are trying to understand here, Krishna is promising that Name Bhaktiyama means Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. He protect his devotees. We will study about it. It's not partiality. Somebody may think that why he is doing this partiality. But Krishna further will speak about it. It is not partial. It is very natural. So the point here is, because Arjuna has dedicated his life to Krishna, he is surrendered soul. He is totally means following Krishna. Then this is the responsibility of Krishna. Krishna is saying, I will protect you. And many occasions, not only Arjuna, many other devotees. This is the quality of Krishna. He is Bhakta Vatsal. Like we know the story of Amrish Maharaj, how he protected Amrish Maharaj. Durvasa Muni, he was about to kill him, sending a fiery demon to kill him, but he protected. And even Durvasa Muni, when he was running up, out of this, just to protect himself, out of fear, he was running and he went to many places, even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu himself. But Lord Vishnu, he said, no, I cannot, because you have committed offense towards my devotee. So many incidents are there where we see that Krishna, he always loved his devotees, he always protect his devotees in all situations. Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. So this famous quote is from Bhagavad Gita. You know which is this statement? Who using this statement?
LIC.
LIC. If you have seen the tagline or that is Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. What you have will protect. What you do not have will give you. This is the promise of Krishna. Whatever you lack, I will provide you. What you don't have, whatever you have will protect. So Krishna, no one else can protect us, right? But Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if we take shelter of Krishna, then definitely, in any situation, we may not be very much powerful, we may not be very much intelligent, but if we have simply taken shelter of Krishna, victory for sure. If you compare Kaurava's army and Pandava's army from a material point of view, if you just calculate, there was no chance to win 11 Akshavani Sena with Kauravas and only 7, just half of the army, 7 Akshavani Sena with Pandavas. And even if you see all the personalities fighting, in Kaurava's party, like Karna, Pitama Bhishma, Dronacharya, Ashwatthama, all these were very, very great warriors. Defeating such warrior, it was not possible. Even Pitama Bhishma alone could have destroyed the whole army of Pandavas. Alone. No one else was required. Karna himself, very, very powerful. But why Pandava, they were victorious? Because they had taken shelter of Krishna. This, we see in the life of Lord Ram. Even Ravana, he was such a powerful personality. All the demigods, they were servants of Ravana. Just raising eyebrow, all the demigods, they were fearful of Ravana, right? And such a personality, such a powerful Rakshasa, and he was defeated by monkeys, the monkey army. Why? Because Lord Ram was there. So wherever Krishna is there, victory is there. So whoever is taking shelter of Krishna, he will be victorious. Does not matter how much knowledge, how much powerful the person is. So that is victory. Ye piyanya devata bhakta yajante shraddhaya nihita tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me. O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Yes? In a wrong way. How to understand it? Why means we know that anybody, like either demigod worship or universal form, or even worship to the self, because we know that we are part and parcel of Krishna only. So indirectly we are worshipping Krishna only. Krishna is saying everybody is worshipping me only. But they are doing it in a wrong way. Especially demigod worship, you are thinking about. They are doing it in a wrong way. Why wrong way? You can say that if we are worshipping the limbs of or maybe a branch of a tree, that is also worshipping a tree only or watering the tree only. Ultimately, it means directly, indirectly, we are watering the tree only. But Krishna is saying this is avidhi purvakam. Why it is avidhi purvakam? Improper way of serving or worshipping. So this example will make it very easy to understand. If you want to water the root or water the tree, then where will you water it? To the branches, or to the leaves, or to the root? Yes. So the process is to water the root. So that's why Krishna is saying, because all these different expansions, different demigods, they are part and parcel of Krishna. They are meant to serve Krishna. They are serving Krishna. They are doing their duties, responsibilities. So direct approach, direct way of worshipping Krishna or proper way of worshipping all these is, if we take shelter, if we worship Krishna, then automatically we are going to please everyone. We have discussed enough about it, or in detail about it, that when we know the difference between demigod, when we know the difference, about demigod and Krishna, the objective is understanding truth. It does not mean that we have to disrespect any other demigod, because they are part and parcel of Krishna. They are very dear to Krishna. They are always engaged in service of Krishna. Only we are learning the proper approach, the proper method to approach all other demigods. So when we go, we should understand that they are part and parcel of Krishna. What is wrong when somebody is worshipping demigods? What is wrong? Tell me. What is wrong? No, if even after knowing this fact, if you are worshipping, if you go and just offer your obeisances, you worship, what is wrong in it?
They are materially, demigods are also materially,
Yes, you get material desire fulfilled, and we have already studied. Even very soon, when you approach any demigod and you have any material desire, those desires are fulfilled very easily, quickly. The point here is, now this is about those people who do not know about Krishna, means they do not know the purpose of life. So anybody approaching demigod, asking for some material desire, out of ignorance, out of not knowing the ultimate purpose of life, that is okay. Means they are anyway getting the pious result of those activities, sometimes suffering, sometimes enjoying, that is happening. But now, when we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the source of all these demigods. Now, if we approach demigods, what is wrong in that? Number one, if we approach with material desire, that we know that is temporary, so that is anyway wrong, because that will bind us in this material world. That is one thing. Should we approach demigod? Shall we? Though if you go through a scripture, it's strictly prohibited. If you go advanced level, because Ananya Bhakti means when you taking shelter of Krishna, automatically you are serving. You are always already they are satisfied. But why I am asking this question, we have to have a very clear understanding about it. Otherwise, we will become fanatic and we will disrespect indirectly to demigods. And if we disrespect then definitely that will not help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. So, one, understanding the difference between Krishna and other demigods is very much required. Because people not having this understanding, they will say everyone is one. All the demigods of Krishna, they are same. This is wrong. First of all, we have to understand the difference. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. All other living entities, they are expansion. They are energies of Krishna. And we know demigod or the living entity like us, we are all living Jiva Tattva, part and parcel of Krishna, right? So understanding this difference is very much required. So when we approach demigod, when we go there, offer obeisances or worship, whatever. So we should know this difference. We should know that they are very loyal servant of Krishna. They are part and parcel of Krishna. They are very, they are doing a service. So with this understanding, when we approach, and we also pray for that the way you are engaged in service of Krishna, give me strength, give me knowledge, give me so that I can also render service. I can also engage myself in service of Krishna. This is the right approach. But not knowing the difference, considering demigods as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and asking for some material desire, that kind of worship, Krishna is saying, they are indirectly approaching me only, but that is not the right process. Avidhi Purvakam, they are disrespecting them. I have given this example again and again, that like government is there, government is giving us facility through different other departments, right? So the right process is paying the tax to the government instead of individual department. We cannot go to the individual departments and we can pay taxes. We have to go to government, one place we are just paying our taxes, and this is the responsibility of government to take care of other departments. That is the right process. So this is what Krishna is speaking about here. If somebody is taking shelter of Krishna, just like watering the root, rest everything will be taken care of. Just like we feed our stomach, we put the food within our mouth and that goes within the stomach, and all the bodily parts will be nourished. Simple process. We cannot go individually, feed our hand, feed our leg, right? We cannot do that. That is not the proper process. The right process is put the food within mouth, and that will go to the belly, and then all the other parts will be nourished. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha na tu mam avijananti tatvenatas chyavanti te. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Yes. In chapter 5 also, verse number 29, similar shloka is there. Bhoktaram jagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti mokshatam. So Krishna is saying, Bhoktaram jagatapasam, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Means everything is meant for the service of Krishna. Whatever we have in life, our body, our intelligence, remembrance, facilities, everything is coming from Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna. So when we know this and we know our relationship with Krishna, so everything in our life that must be utilized in such a way so that we can please Krishna, we can serve Krishna. If we misutilize it, misutilization means, what is the meaning of misutilization? When we try to just enjoy the property of Krishna independently away from Krishna without any information, without any without any grateful attitude. If we simply try to just enjoy for the self, so that is misutilization of the resources. So our body, mind, intelligence, whatever facilities, that is a gift of God to us, and that is given to us to utilize it in such a way so that we can advance. If we do not do that, then the resources will be taken back. Yes, no. Krishna is saying one who do not recognize it, one who do not engage it in his service or do just try to enjoy independently. Remember what is the word used? Ye bhukte iste hai ye vasam. Then we are stealing the property of Krishna. We are called thieves. We are taking everything from Krishna, but we are not grateful. We are not accepting this or stealing the property, misutilizing the property. And in that case, then we have to get punishment for that. So the point here, Krishna is saying, he is the master of all sacrifices. Those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So if you do not understand it, if you do not accept it, then fall down. Fall down means what? Fall down means what will happen in that case? If we do not understand our true relationship with Krishna, our service attitude to Krishna, understanding that Krishna is the master, we are servant. Our nature is to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. And in that situation, we will be happy, we will be peaceful, satisfied. But if we do not accept it, yes, then we will fall down. What is the meaning of fall down?
We will be engaged in the material activities and not the spiritual.
Yes, I mean fall down means we will go away from Krishna. Like we have fallen into this material world. We are spiritual. But because we forgot Krishna and we try, we wanted to be away from Krishna, enjoy this material or enjoy this material world, material resources without consideration of Krishna, and that's why we came to this material world. And this material world is a place of suffering, birth, death, disease. So fall down means just coming down to this material platform, going away from Krishna. That is the. So now Krishna is saying the same we were talking about. Yanti devavata devan pitrin yanti pitrivata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyaji nopi mam. Very clear statement. He's saying those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Very clear statement, no confusion at all. We do not need any kind of mental speculation. Everything is given in Bhagavad Gita. So he's saying one who is worshipping demigods, they will go to demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Pitra. Pitrim yanti, pitra vrata. There are many people, they worship their ancestors, right? So they go to their places. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Like Tantric, they do lots of ghost worship. So they go to their places. And those who worship me will live with me. So one who is worshipping Krishna will go to Golokdham. Alright? And we know that all other planets in this material universe, even if it is the planet of Lord Brahma, that is material. Swarglok, Janalok, Taplok, all these are material universes, material planets. Yes? So, devotees, they do not desire any kind of liberation. They do not desire any kind of material opulence. Yes? Because they know that this is temporary. Yes? So their only desire is Krishna. So they dedicate and they worship Krishna. So this is very clearly here. And so even if we have desires at right now, because we may not be at that stage immediately, but this information we are getting, this knowledge we are getting, so that wherever we are, at least now we can purify our desire, we can purify our consciousness. How we can purify? We can purify by chanting the holy name of the Lord, being in association of devotees. Remember, this is the purpose. The chanting, reading, hearing, what we are doing, the purpose is to purify our desire. And purified desire means desiring for Krishna, Krishna prema, Krishna love. Material desire means that will again bind us into the cycle of this material birth, death, and disease. Right? So, and purifying this desire, especially following the Bhakti Yoga process, it becomes very, very easy. Like chanting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's greatest mercy. Anybody and everybody can do that anytime, anywhere, it can be done. Simply if somebody is chanting, then gradually and eventually his heart will be purified. No material contamination will be there. Even we discussed that not only material desire, but the propensity, that subtle, in the propensity to commit any sinful activities, or that ground where from material desires are developing, even that ground will be destroyed. No propensity will be there. And the process is so simple. Krishna is not asking any big thing. Next look at what he's saying. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya upamitam asnami prayatatmana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So this is the greatest offer Krishna is giving to all of us. One side there is a spiritual world, Golok Dham. And what is the price for that? How we can get that? Huh? If this proposal is there, this proposal is already there with us, right? What is the proposal? One, we have a spiritual world, kingdom, Golok Dham. Even in a spiritual world, so many other places are there. Vaikuntha, Ayodhya Dham, Dwarka Dham, Mathura Dham, all these are in a spiritual world. But Golok Dham is the topmost. That is the abode of Krishna himself, Golok Dham. And if you read about it, if you want to know more detail about it, Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita explaining about the beauty of this Golok Dham. And everything is just, what do you call it? Everything in Golok Dham is Chinmay. And is full of Sat Chit Anand, bliss. And that Golok Dham, it's not easy to achieve. Lord Brahma is saying, Pantha tu koti satavatsar sampragamyo vayo atopi manaso muni pungavana. Big yogis, big munis, or the people engaged in lots of austerity, reading Vedic scripture, they are trying their best to have darshan of Lord Krishna. And they, after doing all such things, they are only able to see just, what is that? This, the nail of the, what is? Tip of the toe, tip of the nail of that, the toe. So that much only they can see. They cannot see Krishna. But if somebody is following Bhakti Yoga process, not only having darshan of Krishna, just getting Krishna's prema, which is the topmost benediction in a spiritual life, that is very simple. And what is the process? He's saying Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. You can offer me a leaf, you can offer me a flower, fruit. If you don't have anything, you can offer me a water. I accept it. But what is the condition? Is this really Krishna is lacking water, fruit, leaf?
Love and devotion.
Duryodhana, he invited Krishna for Chappan Bhoga. He rejected that proposal. We can do so much, we can give, but Krishna rejected that. Krishna didn't accept that, right? But he accepted, what was that?
Green or rice.
Shad, what is that? Green leafy vegetables. Sometimes we see there's a banana or something like that. Giridhari, she's feeding Krishna. Not banana even. The skin, the peels of banana she is feeding out of love. She was not knowing. Because all of a sudden Krishna reached over there and she was in so much ecstasy what to feed, what to give him. Then he could see banana and she was just feeding Krishna. But the way she was doing all these things, the banana, it was falling down on the ground and she was feeding the peels. And Krishna was enjoying that. So anything means whatever Krishna is asking for, of course means recommended. We cannot say that, okay, now let's offer some fish, egg, like that. So Krishna, he accepts love of devotee. He is only hankering after love of devotees. And for this love, he is ready to give himself, his kingdom, himself, not only kingdom. For his love, in exchange, he reciprocates with his devotees. If devotee, that's why Krishna is saying, my devotees are everything for me. Devotees have purchased me. They can do anything. They have purchased me. So there is nothing in this world which can attract Krishna, Krishna's mercy. Only devotion. So, Prabhupada has given a big purport. So maybe at this time, at present, we may not have that much love. We may not have that much dedication. So Krishna is giving solution for those people. That this is what the Ananya Bhakti, we should have that much love and devotion for Krishna. But if we do not have that much love and devotion, then he is giving another solution. Yat karosi yadasnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madarpana. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. This is the beginning of bhakti. This is not pure devotion. Pure devotion is like the previous Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. That is pure devotion. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. That's pure devotion. But this one is, if somebody is not at that stage, at least can start like this. Yat karosi yadasnasi. Whatever we do it as an offering to Krishna. Whatever we eat, like we offer food and we take it as prasad. So this is beginning. When we start doing all these activities, then gradually we develop love for Krishna. We reach to that stage. This is called sadhana bhakti. Deliberately, consciously, whatever rules and regulations we are learning, we have to practice that. We may not like that initially. It may be an additional burden. We may feel that is not burden. Actually, when you start serving Krishna, when you develop that love, it becomes very loving activity. So we have to remember these practices. When we start, we may be not that much maybe liking initially, or it may be additional activity, but we should do it regularly, constantly, with prayerful mood, so that these activities will help us to develop that relationship with Krishna, loving relationship. So whatever, small, big, whatever we have, at least keeping Krishna of Krishna's picture, making when like whatever routine is there, early morning after taking bath and all, we can just have darshan of Krishna, offer some fruit, water, whatever is available. At least tulsi leaf we can offer. We can read Bhagavad Gita, we can chant the holy name. These are the things we have to do. And this will attract the mercy of Krishna. And the last shloka we will take. Shruva Shubhasphalayar evam mokshase karma bandhane sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimukto mamukhaishashi. In this way, you will be free from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. So what will happen when we are engaging ourselves in Krishna consciousness or in these different kinds of activities? Means if we dedicate our activities, our thought, our mind, intelligence, everything to Krishna, then that will become purified. We will become free from all auspicious and inauspicious result. Auspicious, inauspicious result, freedom. We know about the punya karma, pap karma. Whatever result we are getting, we will be free from both. Because our goal is not material, it's spiritual, right? So when we dedicate anything to Krishna, then we are free from these two. We get transcendental spiritual result. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So, always thinking of Krishna means fixing our mind in remembering Krishna, and this principle of renunciation. Which principle? What is that principle Krishna is talking about here? Which principle we have to follow? You will be liberated and come to me. Which principle he is giving? Before this, the shloka is Yat Karoshi Yadasnasi. The principle of Yukta Vairagya. We don't have to, means we have to develop detachment. But Krishna is teaching, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching Yukta Vairagya. We don't have to reject whatever we have to utilize it, engage it, dedicate it in service of Krishna. So this way, we will become free from the material entanglement. We will be detached from material entanglement or material desires. We will develop desire for Krishna. This will purify us. And this is what we are learning in Bhagavad Gita, right? So whichever stage we are, following the rules and regulations, regular chanting, reading, hearing, so that we can develop attraction for Krishna. And gradually we can advance in Krishna consciousness and achieve this perfection of life. So we'll end up here. And any question in this regard, if you have?
It's just a matter of curiosity, as
Yes.
you mentioned, that when people who go to the Swarglook, and when they end up utilizing their good karmas, they will come back here in whichever form. So there is nobody to teach, some sant guru or somebody to teach them, so they are not to fall down to the earth and go to Golokam or.
Actually, this is the platform where from you go to Goloka. Of course, there are heavenly like Brahman, this Satya Loka and all. Even from there, if they are constantly following, they can go back to home, back to Godhead from there. But that is again, the process is very difficult. They go with Brahma, Lord Brahma himself. When the annihilation is done with Lord Brahma, they go. But why upper planets, especially when it comes to Swarga Loka, like Jana Loka, Tap Loka, that is very austere. This austerity is much there, knowledge, austerity, everything is there. And when it comes to Swarga Loka, because opulence is so much, the material opulence is so much that people do not think about Krishna consciousness. It's very rare. Because when somebody is engaged in Bhogeshwari Prasaktana, Tayo Apahita Chekasa, when somebody is engaged in only material achievement, material desire, it's very difficult. Krishna is saying these are the obstacles on the path of Krishna consciousness. Right? But this place is very much favorable because here we have pain and pleasure. Here we are suffering. Though suffering in this whole material universe everywhere is there. Either you are in India or you go to America. You cannot say that if you go to America you will not suffer because facilities are much more there. You may get much more facilities. Maybe atmosphere or environment is different over there. But you cannot say that there is no suffering. Similarly, when you go to heavenly planets, you go to any of the material planets, suffering will be there. Level may be different. More materialistic enjoyment is there in heavenly planets. So people are so much absorbed in heavenly or those material enjoyments, they never think about so rasa and all these heavenly. I mean, they do not think of Krishna consciousness. Yes. So better. That's what Krishna is giving us. The direction. Don't get attracted towards all these things. These are all Vedic words. In Vedas, you will see all these different sutras, formulas. How you should go to this planet, how to go to that planet, how you can enjoy more. So Krishna is saying, no, Traigunya Vishayavida. Detach yourself from the illusory words of Vedas and understand the true purpose of Vedas. The true purpose of Veda is Vedaisha Sarve Aham Eva Vedya. He's saying the ultimate purpose of Vedas is to know me, knowing Krishna. And this is what, by the mercy of devotees, we are knowing this path. So no deviation, no distraction. Just focus on your ultimate goal of life. Yes?
Prabhuji, one thing,
5 minutes.
if in a family one member is a part life, so other members also be benefit by the person who's doing fasting?
If one member of the family is in devotion, so other members definitely get benefit. Though they have their individual journey, their individual karma, but benefit is always there, right? Benefit is always there. If we do pure devotion, for example, if you are in pure devotion, advanced level of devotion, the other family members definitely they will get much more benefit. Like we see the example of Prahlad Maharaj, he was a pure devotee. Hiranyakashipu was the greatest enemy of Lord Vishnu. But at the time of death, after death, when Lord Nrsimha was there, he asked Prahlad Maharaj to ask for some benediction. And Prahlad Maharaj requested to deliver his father. And Lord Nrsimha said, it is already done. You need not to ask about it. Though he was the greatest demon, the king of the demon, but he got liberation. Why? Because Prahlad Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord. Aham, that is Bhakta Jana Priya. So devotees are very dear to Krishna, and even whoever is in association of devotees or the family members, they also become dear. Not that much dear, but at least they will get benefit. And if family members, they are supportive, they are not doing anything, just supporting you, immense benefit they are going to get. And the example is Dhruva Maharaj and his mother, Suniti. She did nothing. I mean, only she just informed that where you can get Krishna. You go to the saintly people, they go to jungle. Just she informed. And Dhruva Maharaj went there. She was not knowing that Dhruva Maharaj is going, at the age of 5 years, he will go to jungle. Just informed. And just by informing how to get Krishna, and she got the benefit. Dhruva Maharaj, when he was going to Vaikuntha, he was worried. He said, my mother, what about my mother? And he got to know that the arrangement for her mother has already been made. She is ahead. She is going to Vaikuntha first. Why? She didn't do anything special. She just supported Dhruva Maharaj, informed. Yeah? So this is the greatest benefit. If we are helping somebody to become Krishna devotee, even if we could not become that much great devotee, but just by helping others, we get benefit. That is the power of devotion. Yes. Let's do this 5 minutes kirtan, 10 minutes. I'm sorry, actually these topics are like, when we start discussing, we forget about the time. Let's do. Radhe Kishori Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.